Hey guys, it's Dylan from Juniper Overland here, and I have a really awesome Scout camper build that we just finished. I wanted to do a quick and dirty video to walk you through everything that we've done. This is a 2025 Scout that has a number of optional upgrades here, but really the star of the show is some of the Juniper upgrades that we've done. I'm just going to go ahead and walk you through real quickly what the factory options are. Let's go ahead and take a look. So first off, it has the sage green interior. It does also have the slide out bunk extensions. Fantastic for this. Really nice improvement from the 2024 models. Also has the bunk windows. That for me is like one of the requirements for any one of these Scouts. It adds so much more light up into the camper. It also has an additional lithium battery. So you've got not one, but also two lithium batteries here. And lastly, it also has the Kamik awning. This is a really nice awning down low, actually at a usable height. And yeah, this is a great one for getting some shade while you're out camping. But I'm gonna start from the outside and work my way in terms of what we've done to the camper. One of my favorite things we've done here is a instant hot water heater. This is great for showering when you're out camping. We've put it inside of a Zargis case. And this has been plumbed up really, really nicely by the team here. So just to kind of walk through how this works, this is a propane hot water heater. You would connect in your water line here, and I'll show you how that water is stored here in just a moment, but this is a quick disconnect from our interior water tank that we make and sell on our website. And so you would connect that into the quick disconnect here, quick disconnect down there. You have your hot water line, which is into your shower head right here. And then lastly is propane. So you'd go ahead and you'd grab the propane tank from the Scout cabinet on the passenger side. Go ahead and connect that in and set your propane tank onto the tailgate, set it on the floor, wherever you want it. And then we are using a Joulka water pump, 12-volt water pump, and we put a 12-volt plug here that runs into the batteries inside the camper. And so then this would allow you to quickly connect everything up, get the hot water going, turn it on, and then over here on the side we have the Alucab shower cube. So you've got some privacy when you are showering and changing, using the restroom, anything like that. It's a really nice shower enclosure. You've also noticed right here, this is our exterior fill for the water tank that I'll show you here in the inside. So all that water is plumbed up into our 7-gallon water tank that we make. This also features a Dometic faucet pump and one of those 3D printed mounts. I believe it's from Terrace is his name. He's on the Scout Facebook owners group. He makes a really good product there, and so it's got a nice caddy for it, and I believe also like soap container and things like that. One of the cool things we did with this water tank as well is it has tank heaters applied to it on the back side over there and the back corner as well too, so that it can be turned on very easily using the extra spare fuse port that Scout offers on their new power up or the new power panel. And so you would just flip that switch. It heats up the tank so that it doesn't freeze in colder weather. And then all of that is plumbed into, like I said, that quick disconnect here on the outside. So super easy. I think this is one of the cleanest ones we've ever done. I don't think I mentioned it, but this is a Camp Lux instant hot water heater. I believe it puts out something like 1.3 gallons per minute, plenty for camp showers where you're already going to kind of be doing the turn on, rinse down, turn off the water, lather up with soap, turn it back on, and rinse yourself off. So lots of hot water that comes out of that. Great for showers, great for dishes, things like that. So moving to the inside, we've done quite a few extra upgrades here. So you notice here, this is the National Luna 90-liter smart fridge and freezer. It is like I said, dual zone fridge and freezer. Plenty of space in here. 90 liters is a lot of space. One of my favorite features of these is their bins. You can take these out, go inside the house, load it up with your goods, or if you just went to the market, you can grab these bins, go out onto the tailgate, organize things, put it back inside. And the freezer side also has this cover, so if you do open up the fridge or have it open for any kind of extended period, you're not just dumping out all that cold air. Really, really nice stainless steel, South African made fridge. Definitely our preferred brand here at Juniper. Also, up in the corner, so instead of the diesel heater, which you notice there isn't one here on the back, we have instead installed a Propex propane heater. So limiting your fuel sources down to just the propane that's necessary. I'm going to see if I can get it down here in video, but there's that Propex. And you've got your intake-outtake lines ran over to here. So intake, outtake, down low. One of the big benefits is that all that hot air is going to be dumped out down low, which if you've, spent any amount of time with a Scout, having the outtake up high or the exhaust of the hot air up high, it really ends up just kind of keeping all the hot air in the top half of the camper. And yeah, that is a huge benefit because down low it ends up getting really cold. You can make it's a noticeable difference between the two. So yeah, very nice to have that down there. I'm just going to go back down here real quick. So the inverter that comes as an option with the Scouts in the new Power Up program, it's something that's included. When they're not doing the Power Up program, that is an optional upgrade. So really nice to have. And then of course you've got, your voltage here. You've got USB plugs for your devices. You've got all of your switches for everything. One thing to mention here as well too. So obviously the heater is plumbed into the heater line. The fridge is into the fridge line, and then the porch light. So normally porch light, you'd have to do two switches. You would have to switch this on, and then you would have to go ahead and switch that switch up there. However, what we've done is we have changed the porch light to just go off of that bottom switch here. And you'll see why we opened up the switch there in just a second. So let me flip it on real quick. When you flip on the porch light, this is on, even though you'll notice this switch is off. But we've labeled it with Starlink. So this switch has now been converted over to an SAE waterproof port on top of the Scout for you to give power to your Starlink. You would then go ahead and get on top of the Scout. You would plug it in. Let me see if I can find it up there. Hard to find up there, but that would be where your Starlink ends up getting connected. And it's always hot until you just switch that on or off. And yeah, really easy way to link up Starlink. There's lots of lithium battery power down there. So really nice for when you're off grid and want to have some connection, communicate with your friends and family, that kind of stuff. Looking up here, you've obviously got the skylight. That's my favorite way to get in and out of the top of the Scout. So yeah, that's how you can go ahead and climb up there, plug in your Starlink. But we've also added the Maxar, I believe it's a 6200K fan. It's a nice electronic fan. Has an auto temp setting that you can use. You can also just turn the fans, between 1 and 10 on the power setting. And then you can lower and open the fan cover that way as well too. So that is all plugged in or wired in through the 12 volt. So is with the Joulka 12 volt water pump on the outside. All of that is just with a simple flip of the lights and fan switch there as well. So that's all done in one switch. Let's see. What else have we done on this? Let's go and walk outside. And I'll show you the last thing that we did here. Right here is our Anderson plug for vehicle charging. This is going to be a full 50 amps of vehicle charging. We're going to be installing onto the truck a 6-gauge wire that runs all the way from here to the alternator. So it's a quick and easy disconnect when you're loading the camper in and out, but that is going to support a full 50 amps of vehicle charging. Also onto the truck, we are going to end up putting the Timbren SES suspension enhancement system. I personally have this on my truck for when I do carry a Scout as well. It's a fantastic way of not necessarily overly modifying the suspension, the stock suspension of the truck, but it gives a really nice added additional weight capacity for the suspension. What it is it's essentially a dual progressive bump stop. There is a softer rubber up top that acts more as like your bump stop essentially. And then there's a more dense rubber on the bottom half, and that is what ends up giving you the ability to support all that extra weight. It will then have the frame rest onto that bump stop, which is resting on the axle, of course. And so that gives a nice and easy way for you to have additional weight capacity for the suspension without overly modifying or over stiffening, let's say, the spring rate for the truck itself, so that when the camper isn't loaded into the truck, you end up not having this really, really harsh ride. And so, yeah, that is a huge low budget sort of way to increase the weight capacity of the truck. And again, not necessarily breaking the bank. But again, guys, this is just a real quick and dirty video to walk through one of the builds that's going to be leaving the shop today. The customer's on his way right now, and then we're going to go ahead and toss on that timber in, get the camper loaded in, and get him on his way. But if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. But we'll catch you guys in the next one.